Hello again, friends. We just finished talking about the beautiful lamp and the special bread for God's house. It showed how important it is to keep things right and holy in the place where God's presence is. Well, now God is giving the people another super important rule. This one is all about time and taking care of the land. Leviticus 25 tells us this new rule is called the Sabbath Year and the Year of Jubilee. Remember how every week had a special day of rest, the Sabbath? Well, God said the land needed a rest too. For 6 years, the people of Israel were to plant and harvest their fields and prune their vineyards. But when the 7th year came, God told them, "The land shall observe a Sabbath of solemn rest, a Sabbath to the Lord." What did that mean? They weren't allowed to plant new seeds or harvest what grew on its own. They had to leave it all for a whole year. Now, you might be thinking, but what will we eat? That's a great question. God promised them something amazing. "I will command my blessing on you in the 6th year, so that it will produce a crop sufficient for 3 years. Wow! God promised to grow extra food in the 6th year so they would have enough to eat through the 7th year and even until the next harvest. This taught them to trust God completely to provide for them. If 7 years of rest was cool, God had an even bigger plan for after 7 of those cycles. 7 times 7 is 49. So, the 50th year was the super duper Sabbath year. It was called the Year of Jubilee. The Jubilee was announced with a loud trumpet sound on the Day of Atonement. This year was about starting fresh and setting things right. God said, "You shall proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property and each of you shall return to his clan." What did this mean? If someone was very poor and had to sell their family's land to get by, in the Jubilee year, the land went back to them. It was a fresh start. Also, if someone was so poor they had to sell their work to another family, the Jubilee year meant they were set free to return to their own family. The implication of all this is wonderful. God was showing them that He owns everything, even the land and the people. No one could be stuck in poverty forever. The Sabbath year and the Jubilee year were God's way of making sure everyone got a fair chance, that the poor were cared for, and that the people learned to have faith in His amazing provision. It showed that God wants to bring rest, fairness, and a second chance to everyone. Subscribe to the channel and join us next time as we are nearing the end of our journey through the book of Leviticus. God bless.